Let's turn to free speech on college campuses and then the thornier issue of free speech in high schools at younger levels. In his introduction, Phil Darrow asked, do speech codes on college campuses foster or impede learning? Noah, we'll start with you because you wrote a column for Bloomberg that appeared March 4th in which you said free speech on campus is crucially important in a free society and in some ways is under significant threat. Please explain the seriousness of the threat as you see it.
Well, the threat is, in the first instance, mostly at the level of culture. And culture really matters because a constitution is only as good as the people who apply it and implement it. And our students today are the people who are going to be making the decisions in a few years. They're going to be the judges and they're going to be the elected officials. And I see on many campuses an impulse among students to say that speech that they disagree with is also speech that harms them. And if speech causes harm, the students have a justifiable instinct to say, well, we shouldn't be harmed. We would like to be protected and to feel safe. So there's a distinction there that, to my mind, is crucial that is in jeopardy. And it's this. It's true that campuses need to be places of conversation. They can't be places where everyone is screaming at everyone all the time, and they can't be disordered places of screaming and yelling, because then there could be no conversation. So campuses do need to have some degree of guidance. And it's also true that by federal law, colleges have to feel safe with respect to race, with respect to sex and gender, with respect to sexual orientation. Well, that one, the Obama administration included that and the Trump administration has reversed it. So that part's a matter of interpretation of federal law that have been on both sides of. But these are actual federal law obligations to make the campus a place that is safe. And I believe in that. I think that's important. But, and here's the key but, we need to try to teach students that speech that you really, really disagree with and that offends you morally is not the same as speech that harms you. It's not an obvious distinction, and I actually think it connects to the theme of civility that we're here to talk about in the following way. If people are insulting you and they're being uncivil and they're saying something that offends you, it's somewhat natural to feel threatened. But if someone is speaking to you civilly and engaging with you calmly and respectfully, even if they are simultaneously saying something that you deeply, deeply, deeply disagree with, or even that offends you in substance, there begins to be some room for saying, I'm not going to shut you down. What you're saying is disagreeable to me, it's even offensive to me, but it doesn't harm me. And that's as I say, it's a subtle distinction. I'm not claiming it's an easy line to draw, but unless we sustain that line, we're going to have a lot of trouble teaching the next generation of students on campus that the freedom of speech is worthwhile.